Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to take you through my first month selling on Depop. I joined at the very beginning of July and just wanted to take you through my experience so far, what sold this month. So just a really quick video about essentially what sold in my first month. I have been on Poshmark since June, so I'm pretty new to selling clothes online, but having spent a month on Poshmark, I knew I wanted to try other platforms. So Depop is the second platform I've joined, and it definitely skews a bit kind of younger and more trend driven than Poshmark. So I knew a lot of my items would probably do fairly well on Depop. So I want to take you through what sold. I'm actually using my laptop for this video, but I do use Depop mainly on my phone, on the app on my phone, particularly because on the Depop browser version is actually quite different in terms of the setup than using it on your phone. And especially when you're listing your items, I'm here in Canada. And as you can see down here at the bottom of the screen, where you can choose your country, it doesn't list Canada as an option. So when you're listing your items, you can't set the dollar to be the Canadian dollar. You can definitely use US or UK currency, but I prefer to use my actual national currency. And to do that, you have to use the app on your phone, which is a little bit annoying because I do prefer to use my laptop to list my items. That's how I do it on Poshmark. So I had to create a bit of a workaround here on Depop to list my items. So that's a little bit annoying, but anyways, I'll take you into what ended up selling for me this month. I have quite a few items here in my sold category, but that's because a lot of these other items sold on other platforms. So I actually only ended up selling 4 items on Depop in my first month. One of the first things that sold was part of a bundle. A woman bought 2 things from me, and this locket was one of them. It's kind of a vintage silver locket, a little bit oversized. As you can see from this photo, it's a little bit bigger than your usual locket. Really beautiful piece, and I had that priced at $19. And the woman packaged it with, or bundled it with, these Zara checkered pants, just kind of a men's style trouser, and those were listed for $20. So she ended up buying that bundle and getting the 2 for just under $40. The next thing that sold, those first 2 things sold at the very beginning of the month, and then not much happened until kind of the end of July. And this was the next thing that sold just a couple of weeks ago. This is a vintage leather jacket. I think it's a men's jacket, but a woman bought it. I would definitely wear this as for like kind of an oversized look. And this I had priced at, I think, $85, and she made an offer for $80, which I took. And then the last thing that sold in the month of July was this pair of vintage corduroy shorts. Kind of have a cool 90s mom fit, a bit of a Y2K vibe. And those I had priced for $38, and a woman made an offer for $30, which I ended up taking. So that's essentially what sold on Depop. And I do want to just make a note here of something that happened for my first sale on Depop. I had originally set my discount settings to offer free shipping to anyone that bought bundles from me. And if you're living in Canada, you know the shipping costs here right now are just through the roof. They're insane. So I learned from that first sale I did on Depop to not offer free shipping. I mean, it's up to you, but for me, the shipping for those 2 items basically took half of my profits away from me. So I quickly went back into Depop after that sale and changed my settings to offer not free shipping on bundles, but the highest shipping price. So if someone bought 2 things from me, they would pay the higher shipping cost for the 2 items and get the second item for free shipping, if that makes sense. And then I am offering discounts on bundles. As you can see here in my bio, DM for 15% off bundles. So anyone that buys a few things from me, 2 or 3 things or more, will get a 15% off the cost for that. So that was a little lesson learned in my first month about how much, if you're offering free shipping, how much that can really cut into your profits. So lesson learned. So just to break down what I actually made in profit from my first month on Depop, I sold a total of 4 items for a gross profit of $150. And then Depop takes their fees. They take a 10% selling fee and then a 2.9% transaction fee. I think that transaction fee differs depending on what country you're in, but for Canada, it's 2.9%. So a total of around 13%. After that, my profit was $130.50. Then my shipping costs for 3 shipments was $50. So as you can see, it's no joke. Shipping in Canada is very expensive, so it's definitely something to take into consideration when you're pricing your items on Depop and deciding your shipping costs. You don't want to charge your buyers too much for shipping because that's going to turn them off actually making the purchase. So a good idea is to price your items with that extra shipping cost in mind. Maybe charge, I think I have most of my shipping set to about $9.99 per item, and then I add a little bit extra into the price of my item to make up for the difference that I'm going to be paying, because I'm definitely going to be paying more than $9.99. And then finally, the cost of goods I paid for these 4 items was around $19, maybe a little bit less. So that leaves me with a net profit of $61.50 for my first month on Depop. Not a lot of money. It was a little bit slow, but from what I've heard, the summer months are the slowest months for selling on any platform. So I definitely started at the worst possible time. And I still have seen profits on both Poshmark and Depop. So I definitely will keep moving forward. I do like Depop as a whole. I like that they take less than Poshmark. Poshmark takes 20% of your sales. So I like Depop's lower percentage amount. I like the platform as a whole. It's kind of more fun and casual, social media kind of feel to it. So my next video, I will get into more specifics of shipping and just setting up and getting started with your account on Depop. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.